Previously on Pokemon
Science
and
Magic.
we accompanied Loki to the Strix Woods in order to find a missing Huscout that was separated from its trainer. While searching, we encountered a mysterious-looking temple, which so happened to have a scroll of its very own. However, this one seemed a bit different from the others. Nevertheless, this experience allowed Loki to get his head together, and thanks to his father Odon, he is now being given a second chance to redeem himself. I hope Loki will finally begin to open up to others. But for now, we have something else to worry about. We need to get to the Forest of Rust and beat Team Ragnarok to the next scroll on our list. So let's get to it, shall we? Well, I don't really see a landslide, but there are a lot of clipped edges around here, so I guess I can imagine how one started. Must have cleared it up before we arrived. Anyway, Route 13 is split into two parts. One that connects to Secretary City, and the other one, which we're travelling on now. Both of these will connect to the Forest of Rust, so it's a good thing we're on the right track. However, if you are interested in looking for some new Pokemon to add to your team, search around for long enough and you'll be able to find Renestone, Huscout, Woolert, Gallistallion, Joggoat, Trollbull, and Krytonian Baneri. And in terms of the oldies, we've got Graveler, Mightyena, Spinda, Watchog, Loudred, Riolu, and Axew. So yeah, nothing really new. However, a fun fact about this place is if you look in the cliff sides for long enough, you'll actually be able to find some armor fragments hidden within the rock. I'm sure one more quick detour wouldn't hurt to gain some more armor-charged Pokemon. And besides, I think we're going to need all the help we can get.
Supercharged.
Congratulations, because you— Wait a minute! Why was that so short? What happened to the whole build-up thing? Oh, that. Well, I kinda thought that was dragging on a bit, so I just shortened it. I'm only gonna do that now for special occasions with the Armor Charge forms, especially since I have quite a few of them to go. Then why didn't you do that in the first place? You're just wasting everyone's time by making these videos longer! Says the guy who just interrupted me to— Wait, are you Joseph Turner? Well, You're supposed to be dead! Gotta run!
I don't think he's coming back.
Anyway, once you get a hold of a feather fragment, you will be able to armor charge your Valorora. With this transformation, Valora's wings become powerful blades that can withdraw and extend. They're capable of easily cutting through stone and steel with them. On top of that, these suckers got 3 heads, allowing them to keep a better track of their surroundings. In tales of old, there have been stories about powerful trainers riding these Pokemon into battle. Its move, Supercharged Divine Wing, allows it to slash through its opponents with a powerful swipe from its wings.
Supercharged.
Once given a vine fragment, our next lucky winner is Algaeweed. In this form, Algaeweed gains new vine tentacle legs, which not only boosts its versatility, but give it the ability to ensnare its opponents. Its control over its viney body has been improved. Heck, it even has a new mouth headpiece, which can bite its victims when they get too close, and protect its head. This new form makes Algaeweed the king of the swamp, and it reigns supreme with its move Supercharged Swamp Surge, a more powerful version of its signature move Vine Snare, only it will drastically lower the opponent's speed after usage.
Supercharged.
You lads remember Prothrock? Well, even if you don't, it gains an armor-charged form, once it's been exposed to a relic fragment. Nobody really knows why, but it's said that the mysterious energy from this transformation manifests the cave paintings on its back, mutating them, and thus, as you can see, bringing their story to life. These two heads give it a better look at its surroundings and can fire off beams of energy at the opponent. This Pokemon's move, Supercharged Rehistory, does just that. This attack will always hit twice, similar to Dracopult's signature move.
Supercharged.
The last Pokemon, for now, to unlock its armor-charged form is Spinder. By being given a spiral fragment, Spinder gains blade arms and levitating blades that surround it. With them, when it starts to dance due to its dizziness, it can do Spinjitzu and turn into a tornado that rips its opponents to shreds. It also makes pretty good salsa, if you can put it into a giant bowl. It's got the new Running Top ability, which boosts its spinning moves, and its signature, Supercharged Spinato, which is an even stronger version of the new Running Top move. It removes all field effects and actually puts them on the opponent's side. Well, that's it for now. Hopefully these new forms should give us an edge if Team Ragnarok get involved again. And by the looks of things, we've already arrived at the Forest of Rust. So let's go in there and get that scroll, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Forest of Rust. Although that wasn't always its name. It used to be the Magpie City Rust & Co. scrapyard, which was filled to the brim with rusty old vehicles as far as the eye can see. It was the largest scrapyard in the region, which was inevitably its own doing. Around the 90s, the workload began to decrease, and the place became too expensive to upkeep. Since then, it's been left to rust. The place has mostly been overcome with trees and shrubs, hence the name. A sad story for a business that's been left behind by time. However, this does make a decent habitat for most of the Pokemon that you can find here, which in terms of the newbies consists of Hamor, Renestone, Marshweed, Trollbull, Critonium Gastrodon, Viscerine and Gritterine, and in terms of the oldies, you can find Forseed, Cypher, Lyron, Trubbish, Clank, the Mistake, seriously, how are you alive?
I have no idea!
Klefki, Magneton, and a rare chance of Skarmory. A wide pool of encounters for sure, and they aren't the only ones. Look who else has decided to show up. Ah, player, glad you could make it. Took you long enough. What kept you from getting here sooner? I see. I would have preferred a much earlier encounter, but otherwise you're here now, and at least you actually decided to show up, unlike Thor. He said he was busy helping out a friend of his, so I'll be covering for him in this mission. I trust that you'll be of service? There's a good man. Oh, sorry player, I was just in thought. You know, it's amazing how quickly places like this can go downhill. I mean, this was the most busiest scrapyard in all of the region, and now look what's left of it. When things go wrong, people just seem to quarrel over it and ruin it. And then, once there's nothing left to ruin, they just leave it behind to be forgotten. There's not much point in this place anymore, so why bother with it at all? I can only imagine the people who used to work here pleading to keep their jobs, with the higher-ups having none of it. That always appears to be the way with things, doesn't it? What the? Are you ever not gonna fall for that, love? Oh, Alex, I didn't see you there. I guess that's a no then. No worries. Sorry if I was interrupting you in one of your little monologues again. Oh, no, that's alright. So, what brings you here? I came here accepting a job for some car preservationists. Apparently they want to restore some of the old vehicles here. I went ahead to see which one would be in the best shape. Well, I don't think it matters which one you choose to restore. You'll always do a good job of it. After all, only you can turn one of these old rust buckets into the newest thing on the market. Aw, thanks, love. Button it, player. Oh, come now, Hamel, that's no way to introduce someone. So who's your new mate? Oh, forgive me, where are my manners? Alex, this is Player. He's that famous trainer that Thor's been going on about. Player, this is Alex of the Elite Four. She's the brains of us. And the brains of you too, don't you forget it. Oh, please don't bring that up. Honestly, you won't let me forget about it, will you? Oi! I warned you about that shelter, but you were the one who thought it would make you as smart as me if it clamped down on your head, like Slow King. Yeah, I did. Ugh, I had migraines for weeks after that. Do you remember what Odin used to say afterwards? Ah, yeah. Next time, don't use your head as fish bait. Now that I think about it, perhaps your hair would make a great fish hook. It is long enough to do the job. You know, it's a shame we don't get to hang out as much anymore. Too right. Mostly just business now. Speaking of which, what brings you here? Oh, just that scroll stuff that we've been discussing. Apparently, another one's been located here. Hey? But I thought Thor was working on that sort of stuff. Is he a no-show again? What do you think? Ugh, unbelievable. I don't know why we even considered asking him to join us. I've been saying that from day one. But at least he's not the only no-show around here. I mean, by the looks of things, Team Ragnarok hasn't beat us to it again. Are you sure about that? I guess you spoke too soon, love. That's right, fellas. You know what they say. Speak Garantina's name and she appears. You honestly didn't think that we would skip out on this job, did you? You know, I just can't understand it. How is it that you always manage to find the locations of these scrolls just as we do? Let's just say that we have eyes and ears in all the right places, love. Oi! Don't you mention love, that's my shtick. Who cares? Just stay out of our way so we can get that scroll. Our upcoming bonus depends on it. Funny you should mention that, because I was actually wondering, if all you lads care about is money, what exactly do you plan to spend it on if you actually succeed in this mission? A holiday in Alola? A diamond necklace with a new pair of shoes? Huh, at least you have plans, that's one thing for sure. Too bad we're not gonna let you get away with them. Dream on, Goldilocks! Does that make you the big ugly family of Ursaring then? Why, you little... Ugh. Get her! Don't think so, mate. Go, Ramarosu! Looks like Alex was kind enough to show off another new Pokémon. This is Ramarosu, the Fun Run Pokémon. He's the evolved form of Joggoat and evolves at level 32. It is well known in this region as one of the fastest Pokémon on record. It even puts Heliolisk to shame, since it's capable of outrunning lightning bolts. Once requiring to steal electricity from other sources as a Joggoat, it has since learned to generate it itself, simply by running. Oi, mates! You go on and get that scroll. I'll handle these two. Oh, and player, make sure to keep Hamel away from any shelter while you're at it. Ugh, every time. Alright, we'll get going. Thank you, Alex. Come on, player, we better do as she says. If these two are here, there's no doubt that more can't be too far behind. Let's get that scroll and juice. Sheesh, this place going out of business due to a lack of scrap to melt down? I doubt that. There's enough metal here to feed a Gigantamax Melmetal. Oh, you mean this thing? Yeah, I lost my real arm when I was a kid. I've had prosthetic arms like this one fitted ever since. It's not too bad though. The gadget I have now is actually made out of the same metal that armor-charged Pokémon are, so it's essentially a big fancy armor gauntlet that I can use to armor-charge my Pokémon. Alex actually designed it for me. She may be cheeky, but she's definitely got it where it counts. Would that be by any chance Beauty? What? Who goes there? Because if that's so, I honestly don't know what you see in that woman. Blondes just stick out like a sore thumb. Not like me, that is. I am a perfect picture of beauty. One that no man can resist, no matter how stubborn. Go on, try to resist me, I dare you. Right. Who are you now? Just call me Bertha. Admin of Team Ragnarok, and Team Ragnarok's natural beauty. I am a lonely princess in this organization, and if you like, you can be my knight in shining armor. No thank you. If you're a member of Team Ragnarok, then you're in our way. So this is your first and final warning to move aside. Why? You wouldn't show such disrespect to a woman, would you? You know what? I don't even think you're worth it against my Pokémon. Player, how about you take her on? I've been meaning to see your progression myself. Player? Ah, yes, I've heard of you. Tell me, you wouldn't hurt a fine lady like myself, would you?
If she's a lady, I'm a vermicious knid.
Why, you disrespectful little brat! You know what? I'm glad I'm facing you, so I get to teach you some manners! Prepare to be stunned in the disbelief of my own beauty. Go, Glalie! Unbelievable! It looks like I'm going to have to try even harder than that. Come on out, Ravieri! Ooh! Such dreadful manners you have! What raised you, a mill tank? Go, Miss Magius! That does it! If this doesn't teach you manners, I don't know what will. Go, Woolam! Unbelievable! My beauty surpassed! I think I'm going to faint! You know, I've heard of Pokémon fainting after a battle, but not Pokémon trainers. Guess that goes to show how skilled you are, player. I have to admit, I had my doubts at first, but I'm quite impressed. I don't know what you did while you were dawdling, but it appears to have paid off. Heck, I'd even argue you'd give 4's chances a run for their money. Anyway, I don't think she'll be too much trouble now. Let's go and find that scroll. With any luck, it shouldn't be too much further. Welp, found it. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not sure how anyone else wasn't able to find it beforehand, especially considering the complexity of the other scrolls. But at least it's still here for the taking. And I heard from Odin that you and Loki managed to find another one. Good work, player. Let's take this one here and get going before company arrives. It's probably another one of those Guardian Pokémon. I was told about them. They keep watch at these scrolls, and there's no telling what hideous but yet powerful Pokémon could... Never mind. This little fella shouldn't be too hard. Although I feel like I'm forgetting something about these encounters. Oh, that's what.
Supercharged.
Meet the guardian of this scroll, Armor-Charged Torkoal. Torkoal will gain the ability to access this armor-charged form when exposed to a coal fragment. One of the many perks that it gives are retractable jet booster legs, which Torkoal can use to give it a speed boost and the power of flight, basically turning it into Gamera. It gains the flying typing due to this form, protecting it from those pesky ground type moves, and its move, Supercharged Shell Shredder, lets it tuck into its shell, let out its jet boosters, and spin around like a flying saucer, tackling into the opponent and ripping them to shreds. Being a fire type move, it obviously causes burn. In fact, this little fella will cause a lot more than that if you're not careful. It may look goofy, but it's definitely not to be underestimated, especially if it calls in allies. It can summon Carkol to set up stealth rocks and spread tar on the field, turning your Pokemon into fire types, and Skarmory to set up spikes and attack from above. All this prepared with the ability to use Shell Smash to make it even stronger. This is one fight you're definitely going to have to be prepared for. But, considering how far you've come already, I say you should be prepared. Well, that takes care of him. Good work, player. All that's left to do now is to get that scroll and get out of here. Hold it right there, darling. You two be good boys now, and hand over that scroll, or else the pretty face here gets it. Player, I'm sorry. I saw what Team Ragnarok was doing. I tried to stop them. I tried to help, but I was no match for them. Of course you weren't. You didn't think that a little doll like yourself could stand up to the superior might of Team Ragnarok. Now did you? Consider this payback for what you did to one of our own in the swamps. You rotten hag! How dare you threaten someone else to get what you want? Let her go or face the consequences. Hag! Why... Ugh! You insignificant little brat! You wouldn't know true beauty if it punched you in the face! Well, neither would you, and it's already made its mark. And now you bring up my birthmark? Just for that, I'm going to make sure that she has an extra horrible time if you don't hand over that scroll. And don't even bother bringing out any of your Pokémon. I don't want any funny business. Unless you want that time to come sooner than expected. Player, please, don't worry about me. Get that scroll out of here. Don't give it to them. Keep quiet, Missy. We don't have much of a choice. I can't afford to see anyone getting hurt. Not again. Alright, Bertha. You win. Assure this woman's safety and the scroll is yours. Why, you have my word. Ah, there's my precious piece of toilet paper. I don't know what our client sees in this thing, but... well, it's worth it to afford my makeover. And now that everything's on my side, I think I'll take it all. What? You Ekans! You agreed that you would assure her safety. Oh, don't misunderstand, darling. I will. But that doesn't mean she's still not for the taking. I think she'll make a great bargaining tool, don't you? You disgusting, slimy Ekans! I ought to freeze you for that! No, player! Au revoir, meatbags. Oh, and word of advice, Hamel, get your hair cut. You wouldn't want to be mistaken for a real maiden, now wouldn't you? No! She got away, with the scroll and the hostage. There was nothing I could do, not without putting the hostage's life at risk. Maybe I should have taken this mission solo. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if I acted sooner. Why did I even think that giving her that scroll was a good idea to begin with? Why did I even think that she would agree, go along with Hamel? Easy, love. You did all you could. And yet I didn't do enough. I'm the champion, the second in command of the Double C, one of its most powerful trainers. I should be able to do more. But why am I even standing here thinking about these horrible events? I should be going out there looking for her, looking for that hostage, rescuing them, getting that scroll back. I have to do all of this now. And where are you even gonna look? We don't even know where they went. You can't just waste more time focusing on events that are no longer in your control. Well, they should be in my control. I can't stand sitting on the sidelines when something horrible is happening out there that I can't influence. Team Ragnarok have an innocent civilian hostage. I can't just sit back while they take her to who knows where, doing Arceus knows what to her. I've got to go and find her, now! Hamel, player, sorry you had to be in the middle of that, love. Poor bloke was always a sore loser. Always wanted to do more even if he couldn't. None of this was your fault. You did the best you could just as well as he did. We'll do the best we can to try and save her. All the same, I hope she's alright. Rachel? That was her name. Was she a orangey-haired girl in a woolly dress by any chance? Ah dear, Thor ain't gonna be too happy about that. I'd love to help you, player, but I gotta get back to the job I signed up for. I'll tell Thor about everything next time I see him. In the meantime, take this as a gift from me. It's the least I can do to offer my assistance in some way.
Supercharged.
What Alex gave us was the Chariot Fragment, which we can use to armor charge our own Ramorosu. You'd think that an armor charge form would slow him down. Wrong. Thanks to the wheels on his legs, he's now even faster. He also has new blade arms for better accuracy and attack power, and the antlers on his head have become long-range tasers that can shock the opponent and fire short bursts. This Pokemon's move is Supercharged Acceleration, where it circles the opponent at blinding speed before bombarding them with a flurry of super fast attacks. This move is so quick, it completely ignores moves like Light Screen and Reflect. Well, good to know that one good thing happened in this ending. I mean, Rachel has been captured, Team Ragnarok got away with the scroll. What is there to do now? Well, Guess you'll have to find out next time, as our journey through Cryoto continues.